Okay, it's Wednesday, 12:16 in the afternoon on the eastern coast of the United States. Yeah, I haven't done one of these in about 4 days since the 12th. I suppose I can sit down and talk about main token a little bit. So I'm pulling up defined, and this is Uniswap. Right now, main token's been taking a little bit of a hit because I noticed somebody had taken out all their million token from the pool and sold it. So let's see now. This particular address, E11, not too long ago, 3 hours ago, they sold 1,000 here, 600 here, 500 here, 250 there. So what, 2,200 and 300, 2,300, something like that. Yeah, well, here we go. They exited out their balance of 2,383, and then they probably got 139 in, I guess you can call it rewards or something like that, interest from TechLead's wallet. So yeah, I guess they exit their position. They've got 0 left. Let's see how they've been doing. Early on, they bought, and they staked it, they exited. I'm just seeing if they're like a trader or something. They staked it, exited it, multi-call, sold some there, looks like. So you never know. Maybe this person might come back, but yeah, you never know with the whales if they're gonna pull their million token out of the pool and sell it at any moment. Which kind of, I've always had that in the back of my mind, but I'm not too worried about right now because it's got 292,000 tokens in the pool, and usually you're right around 300,000 or less. I think it was at one time 300,000. So slowly it's trickling down, but I don't really see it like people panicking right now and jumping out. But that is a concern because the whales, if they just want to exit million token, they could pull it from their million token pool, say thanks for the free tokens, and I'm cashing out, which is basically what this whale did. So since this happened not too long ago, actually, 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, it's probably going to take another day, probably, to find out where the floor is for this million token. We went down all the way down to $7 on Uniswap. Let's take a look at the other ones real quick. Let's see what Polygon did. I mean, it would take a hit the most on Uniswap, but that's where you sold. And then let's take a look at Polygon. Let's see how far it went down there. About 850, but I saw Avalanche took a really big hit. It's even right now, it's pretty low in Avalanche. That went down to 690 and again at 722. So, the thing with Avalanche is, you don't have to buy a lot to push the price up a lot. You don't have to sell a lot to push it down the price a lot. So it's good just to have a little bit of Avalanche or use USDC on the Avalanche network just to scoop up these good prices. It's probably a good price right now, but let me show you another thing I was worried about. I'm going back to the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, I think it was Ethereum. Yeah, this wick here down to $7. That has me concerned because whenever we have a really big wick, and you can see this in Bitcoin too, it'll wick up, but over time it seems to want to go back and retest these levels. So we could get a second chance at a $7 million token, or you just never know when these whales will sell. So that's what's going on right now with million token. I'm not really doing a lot of technical analysis with million token because there's such low volume that really the whales control it, and I'm just dollar cost averaging. I would buy now, but right now I'm pretty much fiat poor, and I just bought a lot last week, so I'm trying to dollar cost average, which also means I don't want to buy every day. Maybe a big buy once a week or once every couple weeks. You got to space your buys out, not just look at the price. So let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin. We had this big pump right here. This is on the 4-hour chart. And this was because, what's going on in Canada. I've been posting a lot of what I'm thinking of on my Twitter page. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, It's Tim underscore MM underscore hodler. And, Canada, they're going through some type of crisis. Trudeau's got invoking emergency powers. They're going to be looking at people's bank statements to see if you donated to like the truckers convoy, and if they don't like it, if you donated $25 or more, they have the right to freeze your account without even a court order. So I think, that probably sparked it. And now in reality, after the endorphins, calm down and the price has gone up a lot, I'm thinking, it really probably won't affect most Canadians. So this could be an excuse just to pump Bitcoin and have it roll over. But I think overall macro, you've got to have Bitcoin because, if you see what's on the horizon, where if Canada is doing this, it could happen in the United States. If the government doesn't like what you're doing or likes your views and they have the right to seize your funds, you're not even going to be able to pay your bills. What are you going to do? How are you going to pay your mortgage? How are you going to buy food at the grocery store? If they freeze your bank account, they probably freeze your Visa card. And how would you even pay your Visa card if your funds are frozen anyway? It's just crazy. And I know somebody on Twitter had said, well, he could put some USDC on crypto.com card and maybe use that. But I'm thinking, yeah, that's a good idea. But, if they could freeze your bank account, and I'm probably sure they could reach over to crypto.com and see if you have an account there. And since it's centralized, just because you have crypto doesn't mean they can't call up the CEO of crypto.com and say, we want this person's account frozen also. You have to find merchants that accept crypto, basically. That's really what you got to do. Anyway, so they had this breakout here, which I was watching really closely the last day or two. And it did reach one of my targets. This was the flagpole right here. And when it broke out, it came right to the top of the channel here at 44.7. And I was surprised that worked out well, but now we're kind of coming down. And if you take a look on the 4 hour, usually if you're above the exponential ribbon on the 4 hour, you're kind of in an uptrend. And so we broke out with that Trudeau mess, and we had a good pump, and we're kind of coming back down and just retesting this exponential ribbon again, which is quite not common. So I would expect a bounce here. Either where we are now, maybe we already had the bounce because we had this moving averages here, but we can come down to this lower part of the 4 hour exponential, like 42,000. We could even come back down to 40,000 to fill that gap. It seems no less likely now, but I still think we could also pump to 50,000 before we roll over. And let's take a look how we are in the weekly. So on the weekly, we're still underneath this exponential ribbon. And at the top of that exponential ribbon is that 50,000. So we got to get above 50,000. So, we could go all the way up to 50,000 and get rejected and come down. So I still think there's some downward pressure on Bitcoin. So we're going to look at some monthly candles here for Bitcoin. And this is the ADX indicator, which is free on TradingView. But what you see basically is this yellow line that looks like a wave is, as I understand it, is like momentum, market momentum. So you had some peaks here on the green, which is the peaks here on Bitcoin. But when the momentum started shifting down on the monthly, we went in a bear market. And so you see the second peak in, the late 2017, we had some peaks here, but when the momentum shifted to the downside and the yellow band or the yellow wave starts going down, we had a 1 year bear market, went down 84%. So what's it doing now? It's curving down. Okay, so there's downward pressure on Bitcoin, which means we could have a 1 year bear market basically. I don't know. The macro fundamentals of Bitcoin are always positive, but if you have enough whales like that can control the price of Bitcoin, you're just going to have to wait until they're ready to buy back and then sell, the next parabolic move up. So I think the whales still have control of what's going on. But yeah, I wouldn't want to bet against the Canadians. If the Canadians, if you scare the people of a country, and you wake up the masses, I mean, I wouldn't want to be a Bitcoin whale manipulator trying to tame the price of that. I would probably buy now, and then when the Canadians buy in and FOMO in, if they do, then you dump on them. you know. So we'll see what happens. But right now, this momentum indicator is saying it's going down. If it were to curve, go sideways and then curve up a little bit, I would feel a lot more comfortable. So, that's why I dollar cost average. I like the fundamentals of Bitcoin and crypto, but I know, if the whales have control of Bitcoin, because, the early whales have a lot of Bitcoin and they could sell it and short it somewhere else and make money that way, which they'll make more money, more Bitcoin, and then that just gives them more power to control it. So, but over time they should lose that power. And on the monthly, which I don't really show this too much, of the altcoin cycle, we could have this month and next month, 2 down candles like we did here. We had a pump up, went sideways, and we had this huge parabolic move. I don't know if we're going to get that, but, mentally I'm thinking like we could still have 2 more months of, some bearish feelings for the crypto altcoins. So you never know what's going on with Million Token. See what else. There were some other things too I noticed. I don't have the chart pulled up. I was looking at charts from Willy Woo. I think his website is look at what Bitcoin's done or something like that. But man, I should have pulled that up earlier. I saw some weird stuff at work during the break, and I was just showing. I'll save it for another time. Because I like having graphs up. Let's see what's on my Twitter page. A lot of new regulation in the United States. Apparently good. The senators, the small people in office are, trying to bring out good regulation for Bitcoin. I don't know what Biden's going to do with, his executive order, something about with crypto. But, states are trying to make it more user-friendly. And, just a lot of news about Canada. I just cannot believe what's going on. So let's see now. Most of what I've been posting was about Canada. The S&P 500 is not really looking too good, right? Where's that? Charts. Let me see if I can pull that up. I haven't looked at what it's been doing lately. Where's my S&P 500? I got a whole bunch of them, but I'm not sure which is the best one. Maybe this one. But last I saw it was like below the 200 moving average. I think it was on the daily. Let's see what it's doing today. Yeah, it's still below it. So this red line here on the S&P 500, it can't get above this 200 moving average right there. It hit it and it's coming back down. And we've got this resistance here, this yellow line, and a bunch of resistance above it. So that's what this picture of the bears are referring to. So we got to break above that 200 moving average, otherwise this is all downhill. So John Stewart spoke with a former, federal bank person, basically got him to admit that, printing money is all fairy dust. And I posted the education's always been out there. Maybe the masses are finally waking up to it. I think, this might be the time where people are just fed up with the whole fiat system. And, we'll have the S curve where it just goes parabolically up and up and up and up. That'll be another discussion, I suppose. I talk about it sometimes, but I feel like, people are starting to come around that the money they have in their bank accounts, which really isn't theirs, it's just an IOU from the bank, isn't really yours. And it really isn't worth much. and especially the younger generation that are more comfortable with digital currencies. And yeah. So the main thing with Million Token today was, we had this dump. We had somebody sell a couple of thousand tokens today within like 3 or 4 hours ago. And from the last dump that happened from Wales, it took about a day or two before the price evened out. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Let's see who's in chat right now. We got, let me see what we got here. Give me a second. Yeah, we got Dano. And we got Mr. Serious Hacker, Token Lover. How you doing? How you doing, man? Brian, hey, good to see you. I know you always say hi in my comments from my YouTube videos. It's good to see you in here. And let's see now. Anastafa says hi. I trade the ES. I'm not sure what the ES is, what that refers to. But I don't see any comments in the or questions in the comment section. I know there's some proposals up right now. I think there hasn't been too many votes yet, but where is that? Million proposals to vote on. They had a proposal to kick out Shads and Pharaoh from the Million Discord server. Not sure why they had a vote on that. I mean, if you're an administrator on the Discord, I think you could make a pretty much judgment call on that. If somebody's disruptive in Discord, warn them, delete the messages, and then if they're still disruptive, just ban them. You gave them warning. I know Shads and Pharaoh have been around before I've even been in the community as far as Discord, and so I can understand maybe why you wanted to put a vote to it, because if you ban somebody that's been around for a while, it may look bad. But, we've seen what they've posted on their own Discord channel. That's not very good. And that's why we have this new one up here. Permanently remove the Million Foundation from your website. Which, yeah, definitely. Let me see. milliontoken.org. And... yeah, the very first Million Token Discord got taken over by some rogue people or whatever. And there were some screenshots floating around in Discord and Twitter about, what Chads have been saying. And yeah. So I think it's Million Foundation Organized Community. Where is it? I guess if I click here, it says invite Million, and I guess this was like the original Discord for Million Foundation, and they just went rogue. They were, and they're still talking poorly about Million Token. So I don't know why they're still on the milliontoken.org website. They shouldn't be. So that's what that proposal is. If you want to go vote on that right now, go ahead. I think it ends in 2 days, so just vote on it now and get it out of the way. I didn't vote on the previous one, but they got apparently they got banned anyway. But I don't understand what the point of banning somebody that's in Discord is. They could just sign up with a different screen name, right? So you could ban them, but anyway, this whole thing probably needs to be updated. I think Bebo's Coffee. Where is Bebo's Coffee? Is that still here? I clicked on it before, and then I got some. Yeah, I get this. Your connection is not private, so I don't want to go any further. So I don't know if he's selling coffee or not anymore. And then you got Metaphora, and that should be up there, obviously, and DeFi Pro, and anybody else that's still promoting Million Token. But I don't think Million Foundation is promoting Million Token anymore, and I know Lion Run isn't promoting Million Token anymore that I know of. I think I was reading. I'm still in their Discord, and I think Carl basically said he's not promoting Million Token anymore. And then let's see now. Okay, so you got looking at chat. James Taro says thanks for the update. S&P 500 future mini. Where is Elon promoting? Oh, when is Elon promoting Million Token? He's never gonna. His crypto baby is Dogecoin. I think he's going to even put the picture of Dogecoin on one of his rockets. I saw a picture of it on Twitter, but I couldn't tell if it was photoshopped or not. Let me close these out. Guess I can close that out too. And yeah, I mean, I would love to do more chart analysis on Million Token. There was a picture from James Huckle on Metaphor about he had his AI chart prediction. I don't have it up right now, but it was pretty good. It basically showed Million Token could possibly kind of go sideways here and retest. I think it was $6.50 to $7 and then go up, which could be the case. If we have a long, drawn out bear market till December, I'm pretty sure Million Token's gonna get hit real hard, especially if some whales get scared in the Million pool if they sell and withdraw the tokens. It's really good that Tech Lead is giving out those free tokens for the stakers, but it's always I'm always against just free money like that. Yeah, it'll be over in about a year or two if he still wants to hand out. I think was it 1,000 or 1,200 tokens a week before he runs out of tokens at the going rate. Let's see what else is new. I think that's about it. There's probably I'm always taking this stuff all the time, but I can't remember what I thought of like 3 days ago though. The main thing is Canada right now, and yeah, but there's good things and bad things in the news. Okay, guys, I don't see any questions, so I'll call it a day there. If you like this stuff, give me a like, subscribe, and comment down below and share. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, this is obviously not financial advice also, by the way. Do your own research. Thanks.